first outing, what was your first, just, makings of Xabi Alonso's first game week in the Santiago at LaLiga? Or in LaLiga, rather.
Someone who's been watching Real Madrid over the years, bro, this is way different.
Okay.
Away from the Real Madrid that I'm used to, like flair, direct football, counter attack. This is more measured. It was a measured performance, moving the ball, nice possession based, pinning the team back. It was like watching Barcelona, but in a sense, I'm not watching Barcelona in terms of the style of play, bro. Like, I don't know. It felt weird to me. Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know about you.
I think even before that, we knew that Xabi Alonso said he wanted to move away from that sort of style and mentality and philosophy of, we will always suffer. That's the one quote of Carlo that we always used to see all the time, and we always just be like, hey, the suffering is, Courtois, second minute first makes a save. And I think, I obviously, what I can say is, playing against Osasuna, you're expected to win the game.
Yeah.
You're not really expecting them to give you much of a challenge. You know that they're going to play very, very, a proper low
block behind the ball.
And you're going to need to break them down. And I went into this game a bit worried because we still haven't sorted out that Toni Kroos replacement.
Yeah.
And now we've lost Lukita, we've lost Luka Modric, and we've also lost, Toni Kroos in the short space of 18 months.
Yeah.
Which is, not something that you can just kind of yes, we've got quality players, but I don't think, it fits. So I think a game like this would have been, I wouldn't say an issue, but obviously players like that make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And not having them, you can tell. So I knew that maybe it wasn't going to be a big flare washout, immediately a 3-0. But I can say what you said, or emphasize what you said in the sense of, I like the fact that it wasn't frantic, it wasn't cagey, it wasn't a thing of a basketball game, which I'd say is one part interesting, or in terms of but another part, you're Real Madrid. You're playing against Osasuna at home.
Yeah.
There shouldn't even be some sort of competition. You should just enforce yourself, get the 3 points, and just go about it with whatever new signings that you have, and you kind of just flow into it. And I think for me, that's the part that I expected, but obviously I hope that he's able to integrate a lot of, because I don't want to be bored. I think one thing that we always used to say about Barca, it's just kick, pass, which can just be very lethargic and very
same thing with Man City.
Same thing with Man City. We don't
this type of style of play requires a certain I'd say
it's just not interesting. I'm sorry.
Just
to it's as you said, it's measured. Effective. It's effective. It wins you a lot of points. I'd say we're probably going to win a lot more points than we did last year.
Yeah.
But I just, from an entertainment standpoint, I think it wasn't the most engaging game. I'm watching.
Speaking of entertainment, Vinicius Junior, bro, it's he's turning into a touchline winger now. He was that, but that explosiveness is not there.
Yeah.
And I think that's the manager's instructions. He doesn't have that thing that he had under Ancelotti, where he would receive the ball, let's go one-on-one.
Just go one-on-one.
Am I going to try to beat you and then go to the byline and put the ball in, or just try to cut in? Now he received the ball, options, pass. He received the ball, options, drive through midfield, pass.
I don't know if it's a part of him just kind of going back to basics and just kind of growing into the season, because Xabi Alonso is an intelligent manager. He wouldn't take someone who was a finalist in the Ballon d'Or, one of the most prolific players in world football, and neuter the one part of their game, just completely just shut out the one part of their game that they're known for. Yes, you have Kylian Mbappe. He's gonna be the goal-getter of the team, but obviously you still need someone who as you said, adds the flair, adds the entertainment, adds a bit of that, that X factor that we always know to have in Real Madrid. And I'd say maybe first game, I'd say something that we will mention a lot: clubs that were competing in the Club World Cup and made deep runs into the Club World Cup won't look so amazing from the get-go, because they've some have only had 2 weeks of preseason. Some only played their first. I think Madrid only played their first preseason game a week ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
A week and a half ago, I'd say.
So which is not enough. I feel just to kind of just and again, Xabi Alonso plays a very specific type of football, and obviously, how did you make out in terms of from a tactical? Did you see anything, patterns, any movements, or is it just still a bit too early to tell? at the moment right now.
I think I saw Fede Valverde more closer to the goal.
I mean, yeah, it's fair, yeah.
At times, under Ancelotti, because we were playing a diamond, you would see him closer to the right side, but now he was more in the middle because Trent is occupying that space now. And also, with Eder Militao pushing up, it also helps in terms of like keeping that right space occupied with players, creating like sort of like a diamond that side, which Fede Valverde was occupying the right half space. Eder Militao was here, Trent was there, and Mbappe would come and drop in from forward. Those are the patterns that I saw. Also, Alvaro Carreras this side, Vinicius, and Mbappe also coming this side. I saw Aragula also being occupying the right half space there. Yeah. So you can see that when Xabi Alonso plays a 4-3-3, the eights are sort of like always going to occupy the half spaces that they're in, and they have the wing in front of them, the full back right here, and the striker if they decide to drop in. Interesting performance from Dean Huijsen, bro, because he had 2 shots in this game.
You know what, I think he's just slowly become the A side, because you know in I feel like with football you rarely find centre back pairings that are both A side. I'd say Arsenal are the only team I can think of off the top of my head of like in terms of 2 centre backs where like there's both of them like the A side. Usually it's like, for example, Liverpool is Van Dijk and someone else. You'd say maybe at City it was Ruben Diaz and someone else. I'd say right now Dean Huijsen is the A side of this midfield, of this defense. In the sense that it's him and either Eder Militao or Antonio Rudiger. Obviously he's still suspended.
Yes.
But I'd imagine, you know, he's not being moved. I'd say Raul Asensio has kind of has been moved down the pecking order. And I just feel like because of what he brings as a player, the composure and his eye for goal. I think how many long balls did he attempt?
I think he had the most accurate long balls for a defender in a LaLiga game since Sergio Ramos.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy. And you just think to yourself, you're saying that this guy has literally just been there this whole time and he's just taken to like a duck to water. This is Real Madrid. You wouldn't think that he's coming from Bournemouth. A team, with all due respect, is in no way, shape or form anywhere close to what Real Madrid is. And that's just a fact. And he's just which just kind of shows you he's right where he belongs. This is probably looking like it's going to be the signing of the season for us already. And I don't mind it. What I can say again, do you think we missed Jude? I think, you know, obviously, his physical presence. I think
him bombing forward. Trent was crossing the ball, but obviously, Mbappe.
I wanted to mention him, but yeah, I'd say probably. I think that's the only thing I can say. Probably, I hope that he's able to reintegrate himself whenever he's like recovered from his shoulder surgery injury. Because you could tell we missed that physical presence of just being able to just kind of like drive forward. Because Arda plays a very different type of football to Jude Bellingham, which is not a bad thing. But I just feel like in different games, when we're playing against a lot more of a, you know, what can I say, a much more expansive side that really would like press us in the midfield, we would need. So I'd say maybe, hopefully, you know, that's not going to be a problem. As you said, if we can get to that Atletico derby with all 18 points in the bag, that really just helps in terms of just slowly, you know, getting ourselves into the groove and like Xabi Alonso being able to work with his players. I also wanted to ask you, Trent Alexander-Arnold, his first bow in La Liga, your thoughts?
And I think he was trying a bit too much. Because the only time that he got to like defend a cross into the box, it flew over him and Osasuna could have scored that chance. That's the only defensive action that he probably had to do. But also going forward, dog, he was trying a lot of long balls into Kylian Mbappe and they weren't working at times. Yes, he was tied in the final third in his zone, playing like a 1-2s with Valverde and Kylian Mbappe, and also Aragula when he drops in. But I feel like he's gonna grow into his role here at Real Madrid. I don't know about you. What do you think about?
I think I like the fact that you said he was trying a bit too much. Again, this is your first La Liga game in like your new club that's like the club of your dreams. You know, this after this whole saga, everything. I'd say Club World Cup was like a condensed version, but I'd say now is really where we're gonna like the whole world will really. I'd say they did in Club World Cup, but I'd say now obviously in La Liga against the opponents on a weekly basis was sort of. I think he will be fine. I think him and Mbappe will just need to work on that in terms of like Mbappe in terms of making his runs, and Trent just knowing when to release the rocket, because we know he can do that.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be an asset. We will see that a lot of times this season. I think we will be sitting here saying, "Oh, what a beautiful ball from Trent," and all of that types of stuff. So I think I wouldn't. Obviously, he's going to be crowned number one just because, at the end of the day, he's a high profile player. But I'd say overall, he got hooked. Not too long in the.
Yeah, so you have to give minutes to the captain, then he come out.
Naturally, obviously reintegrate himself. But obviously, I think as a performance, I wouldn't say there was anything to write home about. Nothing egregious, nothing bad. But
Kylian Mbappe, obviously, he made himself. He imposed himself in this game, and I think you can tell that everyone is accepting that it's his team now.
Yeah, no, I think
it's his team now.
We said this last season, the end of like Mbappe, they snatched a chain. And I think with Mbappe, you can tell he looks a lot more short of himself. He looks a lot more confident in like his ability and what he can be in this team.
Yeah.
And I think compared to that last season, obviously he was the new shiny signing, all the pressure. I think that's gone now. I think he can just play. And I think Xabi Alonso will need, even if it's a case of we're still figuring out tactics, we still need to win games.
Yeah.
And I think he is the ultimate game winner in any circumstance, any situation. So
took his penalty well.
He took his penalty well. Obviously, I'd say now Villa, the undisputed first choice penalty taker, is just best decision. And overall, I'd say they got the win.
Yeah,
it's not a performance. It's not Barca versus Mallorca, but that was a different type of game.
Yeah,
I think I'm excited to see how this team grows. Go ahead.
0 shots on target conceded. I just have to grab my hands for that. Bro.
Oh yeah.
Courtois didn't have to make a save in this game,
which is something I'd say he's not used to.
He's not used to.
Foreign concept for him. So I think obviously more of the same. I'd say more of the same, more of the same defensive solidity. I think we will concede less goals, but let's just add a bit of that spark in the front. I think.
Rodrigo.
Oh,
0 minutes for. Rodrigo.
And it's funny, they kept on showing the camera on him.
Yeah.
I think how many times they kept on showing the camera, and you can tell he's just like, he's warming up.
Yeah.
But you're like, he's even gonna come on,
bro.
And
Franco Mastantuono came on.
Oh, past and you're just like, this is 2-time Champions League winner Rodrigo, and I think it just seems like the writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
I think now it's just a case of there's how many days are left? 13 days, give or take, of the transfer window left.
Yeah.
So things are going to need to start like happening now, and I think Xabi Alonso will say all the nice platitudes that he wants to say about in any player that's here is a Madrid player, but we can see the truth.
Yeah.
And I think it's sad, but
honestly, I'd like to see Vini take a rest and put Rodrigo there right now. But I don't think Real Madrid will want to do that or risk Rodrigo getting injured before
the potential. And I think again, Madrid, they're not a club that minds selling. I think if you just meet their offer, they will gladly, because they know that they're gonna envelop quality players. That's never been a problem for them. So I'd say for him, Rodrigo, I'd say he got the number 11. He's being such a big part of the first Carlo Champions League, and you're like, damn, it's all over. And it seems like that's how it is. Obviously, we will keep in tabs with everything that's happening, but
it's tough.
It's tough. It's tough. But overall, a decent performance. I wouldn't say a good performance, an improved performance from what we've known this Madrid team to be, and hopefully more of the same with just a little bit more entertainment. But that was just our brief review of now finally the whole covering of LaLiga game week 1, and we march on to game week 2, and so far the standings, Barca right at the top, as we expect them to be. Madrid also there, but just because they scored the 1 goal, maybe it's still too early obviously, but it's looking very interesting. Hopefully we can have ourselves a very interesting season. Obviously our thoughts on Atletico, you're looking like a Nostradamus for just kind of like you're just like briefly, obviously we're kind of looking at the league now, just kind of saying that Atletico need to brush up now.
Bro, 400 million spent in the past two seasons. Since their last major trophy, they spent 500 million.
Facts.
500 million. Only Arteta at Arsenal has spent more, and he's at 7 seasons since his last major trophy.
Yeah, no.
So I feel like
comfortable.
he should be in the hot seat now.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid should be looking at moving on. The investment from Saudi has come in now. Riyadh has pumped in a lot of money to the stadium infrastructure of the whole club.
Thanks.
They're investing in quality players now. They are an attraction. Players want to play for Atletico Madrid now, bro.
Thanks.
Like, I don't know. I feel like he needs to do better, in my opinion.
I agree, and you know we will be there for everything that happens. But yeah, that was just our brief summation of game week 1 for La Liga and specifically Real Madrid against Osasuna. Please let us know what you guys thought of the game. What are you guys feeling after game week 1? What do you think is gonna happen in terms of the Champions relegation? Everything. We want you guys to just constantly keep on interacting. We appreciate it. And yeah, for more VJ here at No Foul Plays at 8, stay tuned in.